Welcome back into the Bearcat Sports Network broadcast booth here today. We are ready to go. A little bit late, but we are ready to go for the doubleheader between Lincoln Southwest and Kearney High. We will quickly run through the starters. My name is Mitchell Brandt. Alongside me today is Clark. We are brand new. She is just joining us today for the first time. But with that being said, we'll go through our defensive lineups for Kearney here. Starting at pitchers, number 16, Lauren Schmeitz, a freshman. That pitch away, ball one. Catching for Lauren Schmeitz is Hannah Schall, number 8, senior. At first base, Hannah Wolf. Second base, Kelsey Hatcher. Shortstop, Jalen Harsh. And at third base, Grace Severs. Out in left field is Kaylee Harsh. In center field, Brooklyn Amond. And in right field, Cami Caskey. Those are the defensive lineups for the Bearcats here to start things off. This count evens up at 2-2. Third pitch, made contact, goes to Harsh. Harsh over to Wolf. There in time for out number one. Bearcats get their first out of the day. As we get things ready, as we approach batter number 2. Hello? Hey. Let me look. Yeah, it is. I don't know what's up with it. It's done that to me twice now, so. Okay. I wonder if it's overheating. Maybe. I'm guessing on the display screen it will tell you. That's saying there's no SD card. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I did last time, and then I came back and it was off. So. Okay. We apologize again there, as we are dealing with still some technical issues. The heat kind of causing issues for our camera, but a double there for Lincoln Southwest. Gets things started off there for them here in the top of the first. Here's we have issues with our scoreboard right there. The count does appear to be off. This count is 1-0. High, ball 2 after the pitch from Schmeitz. One out on the board here in the top of the first. 1-2-0 the count. That ball popped up into the air. Brooklyn Amond going back, catches. Runner will advance.
Lacoon flies out to the center fielder for out number 2. Brings to the plate number 1, Taylor.
Brings up out number 2. So we, again, have issues with our score bug there. Schmeitz pitch low in the dirt, ball 1. 5:08 here in Kearney, Nebraska. 94 degrees. Another heat wave coming through. Schmeitz gets the call. That ball doesn't quite find the edge of the strike zone, just off the plate, ball 2. Schmeitz pitch, contact made to center field. Brooklyn Amon getting underneath of it. She has the out. Out number 3. Kearney advances without letting up any runs here in the top of the first. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back into the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We're here for the bottom of inning number 1.
Yeah, that was a great half inning for the Bearcats. They went up against some pretty good hitters there for Southwest.
Bearcats in the bottom of the first. Number 4, Brooklyn.
That is a strong part of that Southwest lineup right there. But getting things started off for the Bearcats will be Brooklyn Amon. Amon takes ball number 1. Take a look at Amon's stats here. We can find the right sheet of paper. Amon averaging .205 on the year. Contact made into the gap. Amon rounds first, heading for second. Amon waved around second, heading to third. Slides into third, safe there. Amon quickly finds herself with a triple. Starting things off strong for the Bearcats. Runners quickly in scoring position with Amon on that triple. Ball high, 1-0 the count. Pitch number 2, swung on and missed. Strike number 1. Amon's first triple of the year. Swung on and missed, strike 2. One and two the count, swing and a miss, fouled off. Straight back. Strike 3, called
Harsh.
looking.
Called out on strikes.
Harsh goes down on strikes for out number 1.
At the plate for Kearney, number 1, Kelsey Hatcher.
Kelsey Hatcher now up, stepping into the box. Kelsey Hatcher, a sophomore on this team and possibly the fastest there is on this team. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Again, Amon stands on third. Contact made, stays foul. Hatcher doesn't make it in time to first.
Hatcher grounds out for out number 2.
Amon stays at third. She will remain at third as Cami Caskey steps into the box, a junior for the Bearcats. Pitch too high. Brooklyn Amon coming home. She has home stolen. Kearney finds himself on the board early here at the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, that was a great job of Brooklyn to be aggressive on that. We need to get as many runs as we can get when opportunities present themselves. So she was very aggressive, did the right thing.
Here comes pitch number 2. Swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Again, Kearney leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first against Lincoln Southwest. Contact made. Shallow enough for Brenly Norlinger.
That was a nice play by the shortstop. That's tough going back like that. She did a good job getting under that ball.
But that will do things here for the bottom of the first inning. We'll be right back. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
There's no place quite like our middle of everywhere. We're the bank that'll help you celebrate everything it brings. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We're here for the top of the second inning, excuse me. Schmeitz, the pitcher for the Bearcats. Schmeitz pits. Contact made, driven to deep right center field. Off the fence, Amon's there. She's rounding third. The play at third, missed. That will be a triple for Lincoln Southwest.
Yeah, Taylor Coleman for Southwest hitting .433. She's a pretty good hitter. That's the highest average on their team. 31 RBI. She's going to be a tough out, I think, for the Bearcats today.
That is something Kearney's going to have to work on. This is a very good Lincoln Southwest softball team. A very difficult opponent they will be facing today. Kearney's going to have to do all they can to keep runs off the board and add as many as they can of their own. Pitch outside, ball 1.
Go, Delaney.
Schmeitz. Contact made, driven right back to the fence right in front of us. 1-1 the count. No outs on the board. Runner at third. Kearney leads things 1-0.
Oh, good stop by Hanshaw.
Ball in the dirt, quickly scooped up by Shaw, not allowing an opportunity for the runner to steal home. Schmeitz pitch. Contact made. Delaney Madsen not able to get anything, straighten it out as it's fouled back. 2-2 the count. Two count. Contact made, popped up into left center field. Harsh can't find it. In will jog. Southwest. Taylor Coleman. Delaney Madsen finds herself at second, though, quickly with a double. No outs on the board. As Kenna
Entering the game
Brett
for the
Schneider
Silverhawks, the third correction,
will
second
come into
base,
courtesy
as
run.
the courtesy runner number 3, Kenna Brett Schneider.
Stepping in the box now for Southwest will be Emma Dostal. All tied up, one apiece. Inside, ball 1. Bearcats wearing the all-black uniforms today. Schmidt's pitch. Contact made. Popped up to Sievers. Easy catch made.
Third baseman for out number 1. Brings to the plate number
Out
12,
number 1.
Mary Beth Hart.
Here in the top of the second inning. In game number 1 of our doubleheader, Kearney versus Lincoln Southwest. Mary Beth Hart into the box now. Ball in the dirt, finds the backstop. Kenna Brett Schneider
There she is. Bring her in.
finds herself to third.
Yeah, Mary Beth's hitting 407. She's going to be another tough out. We'll see if we can work around her a little bit.
Kearney's going to want to try and avoid some of these major contact opportunities, as there is strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Kearney's going to want to avoid some of that major contact and possibly keep as much of this momentum as they can possibly obtain during this game. Schmidt's pitch. Low and away, ball 2. Schmidt's a freshman. Had a perfect game against Lincoln High, I do believe. Definitely a perfect game. The opponent would be the part I question. Schmidt's pitch, contact made. Doesn't quite get there. Kelsey Hatcher makes the diving stop. Wolf can't get back in time. However, Kenna Brett Schneider makes it home.
At the plate for Southwest, number 6, McKenna Murphy.
So Southwest now leads 2-1 against the Bearcats. Schmidt's pitch. High, ball 1. Mary Beth Hart at first. Swung, made contact, foul ball. Count evens at 1-1.
No, I take that back. Last one. The other one's
Kearney facing the bottom of the Lincoln Southwest lineup. So there's foul ball for strike number 2, 1-2 the count. Schmidt's in the pitching circle. Pitch. Contact made, popped up in the infield. Kelsey Hatcher trying to find it. Does find it indeed for out number 2.
baseman for out number 2.
2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
At the plate for the Silverhawks, number 17, Brenley Lorlinger.
A hot one here today. Still 94 degrees here in 523. JV game going on right next to us. Kearney leads 1-0. The bottom of the first. Here's the pitch from Schmidt's. Low, ball 1. Schmidt's pitch. Contact made to Sievers. Sievers Throw over to Wolf. In time, Wolf stretches out for out number 3.
Up is the third baseman.
Bearcats
Inning.
get up, grab 3 outs, but Lincoln Southwest puts 2 on the board. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome you back into the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Jay Harsh.
Jalen Harsh now into the box for the Bearcats. Start things off here in the bottom of the second inning. Jalen Harsh facing off against Coleman, as Coleman's pitch is too low and away, ball 1. Coleman is the pitcher, catching for her, number 10, Delaney Madsen. Over at first, McKenna Murphy. Second, Emma Dostal. It's pitch number 2. Harsh holds, ball 2. Over at shortstop, Brenly Norslinger. At third base, Reagan Vakun. Strike number 1. In left field, Mackenzie Malarnik. In center field, number 1, Taylor Corky. Foul ball. Count evens at 2-2. And in right field, number 12, Mary Beth Hart. Six seniors on the Southwest lineup. Coleman's pitch. Swung on and missed.
Harsh goes down.
Strike number 3. Out 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Bearcats down 2-1 to Lincoln Southwest.
21, Grace Severs.
Grace Severs now into the box for the Bearcats. Severs, the 6-hole hitter. Following Severs, this inning will be Hannah Shaw, then Hannah Wolf, and finishing off
Good start, go 5.
the lineup. The first rotation would be Lauren Schmeitz. But strike 1 comes across the plate. Finding that edge of the side again is Taylor Coleman for strike number 2. We do apologize. Our scoreboard is not exactly updating like it should. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Three quick pitches,
Severs goes down on
3
strike
quick
spot
strikes.
number
Out number 2.
2. At the plate for Kearney,
2
number
outs.
8, Hannah Shaw.
Hannah Shaw steps up into the box for the Bearcats. Shaw to face Coleman. Last inning, Brooklyn Amond had a triple, then scored on a pass ball. That ball doesn't quite find the glove catcher. Ball number 1. Kearney looking to try and get some offense going. Low and away, ball 2.
She's really working the away part of the plate on these last 2 batters.
Hoping to establish that outside part of that plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1. We saw her on the right-handed side of the plate, able to establish that outside against Severs. And saw the effect of that, 3 quick strikes. Strike number 2, finding that edge. Coleman working efficiently thus far. Contact made. Shaw has that one go through the infield. She rounds first, will stay there.
Boy, what a great piece of hitting by Hannah there. She knew she was going to work the outside of the plate. She just went the other way with it, right between the shortstop and third baseman, just like you write it up.
Wolf. And for the Bearcats. Hannah Shaw will come out.
Entering the game at first base as a courtesy run.
As Aiden McCaslin
Aiden McCaslin.
will come in a courtesy run for Kearney. Wolf
Wolf
at the plate once again here for the first time tonight. Strike one comes across the plate. Wolf, a 143 average on the year. Strike number 2. 0-2 the count here with 2 outs. Ada McCaslin stands at first for the Bearcats. Low. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Taylor Coleman's pitch. Finds the bottom of the strike zone, framed up on a platter. Strike 3. Kearney goes down on 3 strikeouts. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Life is about waking up to a brand new dream. We're the local bank that's with you, wherever it leads, because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We're here for inning number 3. Lincoln Southwest leads the Bearcats 2-1, putting both their runs on in the last inning. Schmeitz, the pitcher for the Bearcats. Her pitch, high, ball 1. McKenzie. Manerick pops that one up. Seaver is tracking underneath if it gets there for out number 1.
The third baseman for out number 1. Brings to the plate number 4.
Goes down on 2 pitches.
Big out for the Bearcats. Manerick is batting .382. She's got 6 home runs. I believe she's the one that doubled last time up at bat. So anytime you can get a hitter like that out for their first out, it's a big gain.
Kearney's been somewhat lucky to have some somewhat easy opportunities with pop-ups and ground balls to force some outs, as well as just there has been some solid contact made in the outfield, though. Contact made, right as I say that. Contact to the outfield, ground ball. In between the gap between Harsh and Hatcher.
Plate number 1, Taylor Korecki.
1 out on the board.
Yeah, this part of their lineup, they're all hitting over 400. If we can survive this a few times, we might have a pretty good shot at this game. Good hitters right now.
Kearney finds himself in a dangerous place. Schmeitz pitch. Strike 1.
Nice little change up there. Good time for that.
So I know it's a good changeup when even I can notice it. My pitch recognition is not good at all. From the amount of time I've watched baseball and softball, I might have been. You would think I might have been able to pick some of that up by now, but I have not. Schmidt's pitch, contact, fouled straight back. 0-2 the count. Schmidt's with the blue and white bow. Once again, all black uniforms for Kearney today. Just outside, ball number 1. 1-2 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Southwest with a runner on first as well. Schmidt's pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 2.
It's a good pitch there. Good waist pitch in the dirt. Good block by Shaw. Maybe have her chase something there.
Schmidt's even in the count here against Southwest. 2-2 the count. Has had some balls to work with. Just high and off the plate, ball 3. Full count, 3-2. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Schmidt's takes a deep breath. Ready to throw the pitch. Schmidt's pitch. Contact made, popped up. Caskey under it. Makes the catch for out number 2.
Brecky flies out to the right fielder for out number 2.
Southwest has a runner at first after their second at bat, has not been able to advance her.
Nice and easy.
Schmidt's. Contact made, driven to deep left center. Harsh makes the catch for out number 3.
Coleman flies out
Bearcats
to the right fielder to end the inning.
avoid letting up any runs here in the top of the 3rd. We'll be right back. We're heading to the bottom of the 3rd. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Leading
Schmidt's.
off the Bearcats, number 16, Lauren Schmidt's.
Stepping into the box for the Bearcats. Facing against off Coleman. Finds the strike zone for strike number 1. Again, Taylor Coleman, the pitcher. Schmidt's batting at this time. Bunt attempt gone foul. 0-2 the count. As the umpire will walk out to the mound.
Yeah, Taylor Coleman's doing a good job tonight on the mound. I know there are a couple of players had to step up. Junior Alexis Bradley went down with a back injury, and over her first 2 years, she was 24-6. That includes, a state championship team from last fall. So this is a good Lincoln Southwest team.
Yeah, Southwest remains a very good softball team. Low, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Schmidt's goes down on strikes for out number 1.
Hey, good job, Delaney. Good job, Taylor.
At the plate for Kearney, number
Brooklyn
4.
Amond
Brooklyn Amond.
into the box now for the Bearcats. We now hit the top of the order once again. Center fielder for the Bearcats at that. Amond led things off with a triple. Contact made, strike one. It's fouled straight back. 0-1 the count. High and inside, ball one. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss, strike two. Coleman working efficiently. One out here in the bottom of the third. Fouled off once again. Count remains 1-2. Southwest leads Kearney 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss, strike three. Another strikeout for Coleman.
At the plate for the Bearcats, number 9, Kearney Harsh.
Pitch one from Coleman finds the strike zone against Kaylee Harsh. 1-1 the count. Doesn't find the strike zone for pitch number two, though. 1-1. 2 outs on the board for the Bearcats. Both strikeouts at that as ball two comes across the plate. Coleman readjust her face mask. Pitch into that dirt, into the dirt there. Ball now 3-1 in the count.
Yeah, Kaylee Harsh, 333 hitter. Let's see if she sits on this 3-1 pitch, see if she can do something with it.
Harsh has 20 hits on the year, 2 doubles and a triple, 9 RBIs, scored 11 times, and has only been walked 3 times. Contact made, driven to right field. Hart there to make the catch for out number 3.
At the end of 3.
We head to the top of the 4th inning.
2-1 lead.
We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
There's no place quite like our middle of everywhere. We're the bank that'll help you celebrate everything it brings. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Leading off for Southwest to the top
40
of the
minutes
fourth, number 10,
into
Delaney
tonight's
Madsen.
game. Now 5:43. Only dropped a degree since first pitch, now 93 degrees, slowly working its way down. Once the temperature drops a bit, we'll try and get our outfield camera back working again. However, it's currently overheating. Why you haven't seen it is pitch number 1, outside and too high. Ball 1. The 6-hole hitter for Southwest. Delaney Madsen, the catcher. Too high once again, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Kearney keeping things close. Heading into this game, Southwest favored to win this one heavily. Strike one comes across the plate, 2-1 the count. Took a look at their common opponents. A lot of those common opponents, Southwest, played very well against, winning most of those games, only dropping a couple. And at that, beating those teams by bigger margins than Kearney did. As ball number 3 comes across the plate.
Again, we're behind in count to a 339 hitter. Let's see what Lauren has. She's been doing a good job of mixing up her pitches and pitch location. See if she can keep it down here.
Schmeitz, 3-1 pitch. Contact
job.
made.
Good job. She kept that down. That was good. She couldn't, hitter couldn't do anything with that pitch.
Schmeitz keeping things difficult for the Silverhawks.
See if she tried to make her chase one in the dirt here.
3-2 count, full count, no outs on the board here. First batter of the 4th inning. Contact made. Driven right field out of play. Foul ball. Count remains at 3-2. Schmeitz back again for a full count pitch. Contact made, driven deep to right center field. Amond gets under it for out number 1.
Matson flies out to the center fielder for out number 1. Brings to the plate number 18, Emma Dostal.
Go up.
Emma Dostal, the second baseman, now into the box for the for the Silverhawks. Excuse me. Schmeitz. His first pitch, very much inside, causing Dostal to duck. Pitch number 2. Finds the strike zone, evens up at 1-1. Schmeitz at 51 pitches. Dostal's 0 for 1 on the day. Contact made, driven to deep right center. Harsh makes the running catch.
Dostal
Gets
lines
out
up
number
the left
2.
fielder for out number 2. Brings to the plate number 12, Mary Beth Hart.
Go on, B.
2 outs on the board. Mary Beth Hart.
Really nice play by Kaylee Harsh out there in left field. Left-handed batter. That ball's tailing away from her. She stayed with it the entire time. Great catch.
Hart with a great hit earlier. 1 for 1 on the day. Finds the bottom of the strike zone, strike 1. Schmeitz having herself a solid day. 54 pitches into this. Strike 2 called, finding that outside edge.
Well, those are 2 big strikes. You got a 407 hitter here, and she's staying ahead in the count. Let's see what she can do here.
Schmeitz has room to work. Potentially find something to force her to chase. Schmeitz pitch. Contact made, straight to Schmeitz. Lauren, throw over to Hannah Wolf in time for out number 3. Bearcats survive that lineup, not letting up any runs here in the top of the 4th. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We're here for the bottom of inning number 4 in a one-run game.
Number 1,
Kelsey Hatcher, the second youngest. Normally was the youngest, but Schmeit seeing action today. Contact made into the gap between the third and short. Hatcher on base.
Hatcher with a single for the Bearcats.
It's always a good sign when Hatcher gets on.
At the plate for Kearney, number
She gets a hit, she's probably going to be on
Kearney
second base here in about
Gaske.
20 seconds. So let's see what we've got in store.
Take a look in that first base area on the right side of your screen. We'll keep you updated on the pitch, but you just watch how fast she covers the ground from first to second if she steals, which she likely will. Pitch number 1. Bunt on the ground,
great
placed
bunt.
by Caskey. Caskey
Come to three,
over
come to three,
first.
come to three. Good, good,
Hatcher
good.
down at third and safe. Again, you can see the speed. Caskey out at first. Sacrifice bunt.
Boy, that set up beautifully. Great bunt. Kelsey's solid. Base was open. Coach was winding her the entire way. Good piece of coaching and running there.
Hatcher showing off the speed in a position to tie things up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 out on the board as Jalen Harsh steps into the box for the Bearcats. Contact made for Harsh. That's going to drop for a single. Harsh thought about going to second, decides not to. Kearney ties things up. Tied at 2. That is a prime example why it is important for Kelsey Hatcher to get on board, on base, excuse me.
Good piece of hitting there by Harsh. That was good going to the opposite way as the pitcher continues to work that outside corner.
High ball, ball 1. Harsh takes second on a pass ball. Into the box, number 21, Grace Sievers. 1-0 count. We will see the head coach.
That's what you get when you're willing to go the opposite way. We go back to the end of the last inning when Lauren Schmeitz had 2 strikes on that left-handed batter. She threw her that pitch up and out, and that batter chose to kind of try to pull it. And all she did, she gave a kind of a weak little roller back to the mound. And that's the difference between going with the pitch and trying to pull the pitch. And so, we get a run off it, and they get an out off of it. So good piece of pitching on our part. Good piece of hitting here for the Bearcats, too.
Kearney has things tied up. Kearney would have likely had the lead with Hatcher tagging up. 1-1 the count. Now after pitch number 2, Coleman gets a pep talk at the circle. In the dirt, contact made. Jalen Harsh makes her way to third.
I'm just really impressed with the speed of this Bearcats team. There aren't very many girls who can't run very well. I mean, these girls are just real athletic looking and run the bases really well. It's fun to watch them.
Say it's hard, even with how fast Kelsey Hatcher, it's hard to appreciate the speed just by the pure speed she has as ball 1 comes across the plate, low and away.
Yeah, we got a lot of 2- and 3-sport athletes. I know the Harsh girls also play soccer, and Hayden and Skeen and Kelsey Hatcher are 3-sport athletes as well. So, they're used to competing and used to being in different environments and working different muscle groups, and so they do a pretty good job of training and putting themselves in these positions.
Hayden Skeen, a state qualifier in shot and disc. Strike 1 comes across the plate for Hannah Shaw. Hayden Skeen, we will not see for a while. I believe broken as Shaw makes contact. Emma Dostal makes that catch.
Shaw pops out.
We'll quickly take a break. We're gonna talk. We'll come back and talk about some other things shortly. But Kearney ties things up 2 apiece. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Well, all my dreams are sweet.
Life is about waking up to a brand new dream. We're the local bank that's with you, wherever it leads. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Yeah, Hayden Skeen went down with a broken hand. I think she broke her left hand a couple weeks ago against North Star. And, you know, she was batting .304 with 2 home runs, so that's a pretty big loss for the Bearcats. You know, we already talked about Alexis Bradley, the pitcher from Southwest, being out. You know, they've got another junior, Kennedy Williams, who's all-state softball player. She's out with a knee, all-state shortstop, I believe, last year, out with a knee injury. You know, she voted Female Athlete of the Year by the Journal-Star, so that's a pretty big loss. We wish her nothing but the best in her rehab and hope to see her on the hardwood this winter.
So I remember the game that they came to town for girls basketball. Schmidt's pitch doesn't quite find the strike zone, ball 1. One oh the count.
Yeah. We can't mess around with the 9th batter. We've got to try to get an out here. We just need to throw some strikes and let her put it in play and get an out.
Kearney has done awfully well when they start an inning off with an out. Schmidt's pitch. Can't find that outside edge. 3-0 the count. Schmidt's quickly finding herself down in the count. Try to find and get something across that plate. Schmidt's pitch. Strike 1 right across the plate. With Southwest holding all the way. Taking a look over our JV side. Still 1-0 with the Bearcats in the lead. Bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Schmidt's gets things back to a full count here. Full count. All tied up at 2. Foul ball. Fouled straight back. Full count. 2-2 game. Schmidt's pitch. Contact made, foul ball. Hard hitting foul ball, runs foul.
Just needs to keep the heat coming. No changeup. We don't want to give the bottom of the order a changeup. That's why they're hitting the bottom of the orders, because they can't hit fastball. So let's see what she's got here. Don't give her a changeup.
Schmidt's pitch. Comes across the plate, contact made.
Oh.
Doesn't quite get there. Jalen Harsh chasing though. That opens things up for Southwest. With a runner on first, here to start things off as they head to the top of their order. Starting things off here, well, actually not starting things off, but getting things going once again. At the top of their order is Brinley Norlinger. Schmidt's pitch. Too high, ball 1. One oh the count. Runner on first. Bunt showing. Shaw's throw doesn't quite get too wide for Wolf. Not Wolf, excuse me, but Kelsey Hatcher.
You know, you get a play like that, the best thing you can do is you get a runner between bases is you got to run right at them. Run right at them until they commit, and then you're closing that gap once they commit, then you can throw the ball there. You know, she was in no man's land between first and second, just, you know, an errant throw, but had a shot at her.
Kearney tried to get the pick off there. Doesn't get it. Schmidt's pitch, 2-0 count. Shows bunt again briefly and pulls back, 3-0 the count. Schmidt's 2 straight 3-0 counts that she's now had against these last 2 batters.
They haven't hit her very hard. I'd like to see her just throw some more strikes, let her defense back her up a little bit, and see what happens.
Schmeit, 67 pitches. Ball forward, doesn't find the strike zone. Too low.
First on the base on balls, brings to the plate number 2, Mackenzie Manerick.
Okay, just what we didn't want. We got Manerick 382, 6 home runs. Let's see what we can do. Try to keep the ball down here. Got a visit from the coach.
Coach Jacobitz walks out to the circle and will meet with the entire team. We'll see what she intends to do here. Appears it'll just be brief chat. The outfielders meet in the outfield. Jacobitz calming down the team. Here with runners on first and second. Top of the 5th. Tied game. 2-2 apiece. Kearney doesn't want to give up a lead here against a good Southwest team. Kearney only 4 wins on the year. They're 4-18. Would love to escape with 1 win today. McKenna Murphy stands on second. Brenly Norlinger on first. Murphy, I believe, the courtesy runner.
Go back. Base hit. Base
You know, the play here would be to bunt, but she's too good of a hitter to do that. I think I'd let her swing away.
Southwest hoping to drive something into the
Nope,
gap.
there she goes. That's the play. Good. We'll take it.
Seaver's throw too low and in the ground. Hatcher can't pick it up. Southwest
1 run scores for Southwest.
takes the lead.
At the plate for the Silverhawks, number 4, Reagan Bethune.
Go right in.
Runners now on second and third. A bunt with an error on the throw to first. Too low in the dirt by Seavers. Schmeitz. Contact made, driven deep to right center field. Right into the gap. Amon chased, but didn't get there in time. Gets there for the double. Safe at second.
2 runs score for the Silverhawks off the double.
2 runs will score
At the plate number
for the
1,
Silverhawks,
Taylor
making it a 5-2 ball game, opening things up for Southwest. Kearney trying to regroup and getting out on the board. Still no outs thus far. Runner stands at second. Schmeitz pitch. Contact made, driven deep to right center field. That ball's going back. That goes off the fence. Caskey trying to pick it up. 1 run will score. On their way to third. She makes it there in time.
1 run scores for the Silverhawks on the triple.
Silverhawks make it a 6-2 lead.
Brings to the plate number 5, Taylor Coleman.
Go Taylor.
Yeah, this is that part of the lineup we've been talking about all night, Mitchell, that we just can't let them get on base and hit. They're all in the 400s and 300s batting averages, and they're doing a great job. It hurts us right here.
Jacobitz walks out to the mound. She'll take the ball from Lauren Schmeitz. In walks Ada McCaslin. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back into the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Ada McCaslin, the pitcher. She's pitched 19 2/3 innings. She's faced 126 batters. She's started 3 games, given up 43 hits, 48 runs, 35 of them earned, 22 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Her ERA is 12.46, hoping to bring that down as strike number 1 comes across the plate.
Yeah, Lauren threw a good game. You get these hitters like this, you get around the lineup 2 or 3 times, they start to get things figured out a little bit. Coach Jacobitz, I think, just wants to mix it up, change a pace here, see if we can get some outs.
Severs can't cleanly field the ball. As we could potentially see obstruction. Keep it there at second.
For the Silverhawks. At the plate number 10, Delaney Matson.
A double there.
Yeah, the quality of hitting from the Silverhawks team just doesn't let up. Our Kearney defense just got to make some plays. If we don't, we're going to be in big trouble.
At Kearney, several errors this inning. Could have had 2 potential outs. Castlin's pitch low in the dirt. Ball 1.
Good block by Shaw. Keep the runner on second there.
Castlin with a 1-0 count in her first inning. That contact made straight to Caskey. Throw to third, not in time.
Matson flies out to the right fielder for out number 1. Brings to the plate number 18, Emma Dostal.
Emma Dostal now into the box for the Silverhawks. Here in the top of the 5th, Southwest put on 5 runs so far as Kearney records their first out. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Low once again, ball 2. 7-2 game. Over on the right side, Lincoln Southwest takes the lead in the JV game. Strike 1 comes across the plate. A 2-run homer for Southwest in the JV game right at the end of the game. In the top of the 5th, JV is a timed game as they will quickly approaching the end of theirs. Kearney can't quite find that strike zone. Castlin thought it was close. 8 minutes left on that JV game, so they'll likely finish out the rest of this inning. Back here on the varsity field is strike number 2 comes across the plate, full count. Castlin's pitch high.
Dostal advances to first on the base.
Walks.
Brings to the plate
Dostal
number
on her
12,
way to first.
Meredith Hart.
Again, we're in the bottom of the lineup. We just need to throw some strikes here, try to get them to put the ball in play. They might have a play on here with runners first and third with 1 out. We'll see what they try to do, what their strategy is going to be. Shaw's calling something as well here.
Shaw relays the defensive assignments. 1 out on the board. Kearney just needing to get 2 more to get out of this inning and try and regroup. 7-2 the lead for Southwest.
Yeah, usually in that situation, that first pitch is a take. That always just needs to be a strike if possible. Now we're in the hole again 1-0, so making things difficult on ourselves.
Castlin's pitch low once again, ball 2. Castlin hasn't quite found the strike zone quite yet. Again, McCaslin has 22 walks on the year. Contact is made. Hatcher makes the throw to first in time. 1 run will score for Southwest.
Art called out at first. 1 run scores for the Silverhawks.
2 outs on the board.
At the plate, number 6, McKenna Murphy.
Looks like Aiden's settling in a little bit. Sometimes it's tough to come in that situation and throw a few warm-up pitches and get ready to go. Looks like she's doing a pretty good job right now.
Strike 1 for McCaslin. Looks to be getting a little more comfortable. Deep drive to left field. That ball is going to be gone. 2-run home run for number 6, McKenna Murphy.
Yeah, so much for my 9th batter strategy. That's her 2nd home run of the season. Pretty good poke out there to left.
Knew it off the bat, straight away. Solid contact. As McCaslin gets a new ball. Two outs here. McCaslin has to regroup. Try and get back here. 2 outs. Kearney just needs 1 more to get out of the inning.
Here we go.
10-2 the lead. 8-run lead as ball 1 comes across the plate. Castlin's pitch, swung on, foul ball, foul back into the fence. 1-1 the count. Again, we hope to have our outfield camera back for game 2. It overheated out there. We'll see as the temperature drops if we can bring it back. Castlin's pitch, contact made. Into the gap. A single.
The single for Norlinger brings to the plate number 2, Mackenzie Manera.
Norlinger,
Come back.
a shortstop, now stands at first. Left fielder now into the box for the Silverhawks. Caslin in the circle for the Bearcats. Pitch 1 finds the strike zone. 0-1 the count. Caslin's pitch too low. Ball 1. Kearney still trying to get that 3rd out, get out of the inning. Put some runs of their own up on the board. 8 runs this inning alone. For the Silverhawks, it was 2 in the 2nd and 8 here in the 5th so far. Runner goes. A stolen base for the left fielder. 2 on the count.
Come back.
Too low once again. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. Excuse me. Brenly Norlinger at second, not the left fielders. That is deep drive to right field. Doesn't stay foul, just foul. Not by much though. Would have brought in the shortstop, Brenly Norlinger. However, she will go trot back to second. Is it a full count now? 3-2. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Kearney trying to avoid more runs. Contact made Deep drive to left field. And that's another one. This time for Mackenzie Larick.
Yep, number 7 for her on the season.
Kaylee Harsh now has watched 2 fly over her head, as that makes the lead 12 to 2 against the Bearcats. 10-run lead, 10 runs all put on in this inning. Harsh has watched 2 go straight over her head. Still 2 outs on the board. Kearney still struggling to find the third one. Kearney's going to regroup here, take a deep breath, try and get out of this inning. Kearney had the game tied heading into the 5th.
Yeah, I got it.
This is a really good hitting Southwest team, but Kearney kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. We could have come out of that inning, but that's kind of the way things go. We just can't let a good hitting team get on a roll like this.
Kearney's had 2 errors at the beginning of the inning, which seems like an eternity ago.
Entering the game for the Silverhawks, number 16, Emily Yett.
Emily Yett, junior. Into the box now for the Silverhawks. Ada McCaslin's ball goes straight into the dirt. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Contact made, popped up. There for the out. Jalen Harsh chases that one, gets a glove into it. That's a catch for out number 3. Kearney finally gets out of that inning. However, Lincoln Southwest puts on 10. Lincoln Southwest leads 12 to 2. We'll be right back. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Nebraska. In a bank. Pinnacle Bank.
Well, oh, my dreams are sweet.
Life is about waking up to a brand new dream. We're the local bank that's with you, wherever it leads, because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. As we get things going here in the bottom of the 5th. 10 runs put on in that last inning. Kearney needs to respond. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Nope. Ball. No swing. Distracted. Doing a couple things all at once. No one is currently watching because we don't have a stream. But we are still recording. Strike 1 comes across the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, full count. Here for Hannah Wolf.
Wolf goes down.
Contact No contact made on that. Strike number 3.
At the plate for Kearney, number 7.
Out number
Aiden
1.
McCaslin.